Vice-Chancellor for the University of Ghana, Professor Ebenezer Owusu, is fighting off allegations of sexual harassment against him by CEO of Africa Integras, Andrea Pizziconi. In a tweet, Andrea alleged that the Sex for Grade investigative piece that incorporated some lecturers at the University of Ghana resonates deeply with her. But Professor Owusu says the woman is only bitter. He's been speaking with my colleague Justice Bedu here in Accra, where Vice-Chancellors of Ghana are currently locked up in a meeting. We'll bring you excerpts of the interview as Justice joins me in the studio because he's been talking to all other lecturers as well. Justice, let's begin with the Vice-Chancellor. On what grounds does he say the woman is bitter?
So he gives a background of the Africa Integras project, which was a partnership that the company that this woman leads entered into with the University of Ghana at a time when he was not Vice-Chancellor. Now he says that since he came into office as Vice-Chancellor, there's been a lot of challenges with this particular project, particularly to do with money to fund the project. He says the arrangement of the project is such that no bank in the country has accepted the arrangement to be able to fund it. And so the university has had no other choice than to agree for it to be terminated. And he says that it's actually the African Integras group that made the decision to end this agreement because they were not able to provide the money to fund this project. Okay. He thinks that this is the reason why this particular woman is, in his words, bitter and wants to attack him with these allegations. And he says actually that he had expected this to come.
Yeah, expected this to come. We can hear from the horse's own mouth.
You just need to treat it with the contempt that it deserves. You've seen me, and you can tell. Personally, I would describe the lady as somebody who is desperate, somebody who is bitter, and extremely angry. She's full of anger and frustrated because she had a project running. She intended to invest 64 million. And then the investor was going to pay out of that when completed, 25 million every year for the next 25 years. So 25 million every year for 25 years, up to 600 million. Yes. And now it gets to a point where she's unable to continue. Obviously, she will struggle, because by now she would be sitting back, counting her golden eggs. And those golden eggs are not coming anymore. So obviously she would do whatever. So I personally am not too surprised at what she's doing, because truly it's something that I anticipated could happen, and it's happened.
He anticipated this could happen, and it's happening. Justice, does he deny any of the things that Andrea put in her tweet?
So he denies categorically in his words as he spoke in
including the comments that he allegedly made.
Yes,
about
he says each time he has met this woman has been it's been with other senior management members of the university, and so he's never met this woman in private. He's never met her in a hotel. This woman has never been to his house. He's never met this woman alone in his office, and so he possibly could not have done anything untoward towards her in meetings that had other senior members attending.
He also indicated that he's going to court.
Yes, so I asked him, and because he said that this allegation coming especially at a time when there's this controversy over the Sex for Grades documentary that's been aired this week, has done a serious damage, not just to the name of the university which he leads, but also the country as a whole. He tells me this week that 2 delegations from the university that are supposed to be going on foreign trips on behalf of the university, one to Nigeria and another to the United Kingdom, have been asked to get back because of these allegations. And so according to him, this is just one of many things that would really go wrong with the university, and he intends to really fight back, and going to court could be one of them.
Going to court could be one of them. You've been speaking to other lecturers about, you know, this breaking news about sex for grades, etc., sexual harassment in schools. What do they tell you?
So the Vice Chancellors Association in Ghana have their quarterly meetings, which should ordinarily be one of these everyday meetings that they have every quarter, which is happening at their office here in Accra. But I gathered that it's been a rather tense moment as the different vice chancellors drove into this particular meeting. A lot of them are saying that this is really damning for not just the University of Ghana, but all other universities in the country. And so this ordinarily was not part of the agenda, but Professor Owusu, who spoke with me, and he was actually chairing this meeting, did say that this was going to really feature in the agenda for today. They started yesterday, they're ending today. It's going to feature, and the things that they want to talk about is how the university community itself was going to ensure that they have structures in place to be able to prevent some of these things from happening in order that other universities don't find themselves in this situation.
Thank you very much for that update. Justice Baidu there, my colleague, has been at the meeting with the Vice Chancellors Association. They're talking generally about everything university, but today they've had a different task, and that will be to focus on how to deal with this emerging conversation of sex for grades, or if you like, sexual harassment on our campuses.